What's up everyone, and welcome back to Grace Crochets. For today's video, I will be teaching you all how to crochet a market bag out of granny squares. And for this particular design, you will be making 13 granny squares, and it's up to you whether or not you want to use these colors to make them look like a sunflower. The yarn that I used for this project is Peaches and Cream. I used their dark brown, their bright yellow, and their cream color. So let's get started working on our first granny square. If you are making your granny square look like a sunflower, you are going to start off with your brown color. You're going to place 16 double crochets into a magic circle. I'll show you guys how I do my magic circle. I'll take my yarn and wrap it around my fingers like so. Then I will insert my hook and pull my working yarn through. And I'll leave that circle open and chain one. Now I will be placing all of my double crochets inside this circle. I'll do one with you to show you. So I'll yarn over, insert my hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through the next 2. Now you will place 15 more double crochets into this big circle for a total of 16. After you have your 16 double crochets inside of a magic circle, it should look something like this. Now you're going to take your ending yarn and pull it so that this circle disappears in the middle. And that's the reason why I like doing my magic circle this way, is because you can control how tight you want it. Now you're going to place a slip stitch, but you're not going to place the slip stitch with the brown yarn. You're going to switch to a yellow, insert your hook where you want your slip stitch to be, yarn over with your yellow, and pull through to finish off the row. And the reason why you want to do this is for a seamless color transition. And now to begin on row 2, you're going to be placing 16 puff stitches. To start doing that, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch that your hook is already in, and pull up 1 loop. Do that again, 2, 3, and 4. After you have pulled up 4 loops, you're going to yarn over, pull through all the loops on your hook, and chain 1. And that is 1 puff stitch. You're going to do 15 more puff stitches for your second row for a total of 16. So meet me back here once you have finished your second row. Once you have finished row 2, your work should look something like this. And now that you have your 16 puff stitches, you can move on to row 3, where you will place 16 bobble stitches. Except these bobbles will be a little different than a typical bobble stitch. You're going to stretch out the loop that's on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, and pull through, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. So what we did just now is called an incomplete double crochet. You're going to place 3 more of those into that same space. Insert your hook, pull through, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. You're going to do that 2 more times. There's number 3, and there is our 4th. After you have 4 incomplete double crochets on your hook, you should have 5 loops total. Now you're going to yarn over and pull through. And that is 1 bobble stitch. And after you do a bobble stitch, you're going to chain 2. You're going to do 15 more for row 3 for a total of 16. I'll do 1 more with you though. Yarn over, insert your hook in between the 2 puff stitches from the previous row. So yarn over, pull through, and pull through only 2 loops. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now that I have 5 loops on my hook, going to pull through all of them and chain 2. Now I only have 14 more bobble stitches for this row. Once you have completed row 3, meet me back here. Now that you have finished your 16 bobble stitches, you can place your slip knot to finish the row. And just like we did when we were transitioning from the brown to the yellow, we will insert our hook where we want the slip stitch, and instead of yarning over with our yellow, we will yarn over with our white or our cream, and pull through and pull through. And now we can begin working on row 4, and row 4 is where we begin to get our square shape for the granny square. And how you do that is pull up your loop and stretch it a little bit, and I will yarn over and place 3 double crochets back into this big space right here. So I'll work backwards a little bit. So yarn over and place 3 double crochets. There's 1, 2, let's see, and 3. And now that I have my 3 double crochets, I'm going to place 3 treble crochets into this next space. So yarn over twice, pull through 2 loops, 2 loops, and the last 2. Place 2 more treble crochets. There's my second. And now my third. And after I have 3, I'm going to chain 2 and place 3 more treble crochets into that same space. And these 6 treble crochets are going to end up making the corner, or one of the 4 corners, for the granny square. Here is my second, and now my third. So that will end up making the corner right there. And in the next space, you're going to place 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3. Now in the next space, you're going to place 3 half double crochets. There is 1, 2, and 3. Now, in the next space, 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Now you're going to make another corner, so you're going to place 3 treble crochets, then you're going to chain 2, and then in the same space, again, place 3 treble crochets. Now that you have made your second corner, you're going to repeat what you did after your first corner by placing 3 double crochets into this space, 3 half double crochets into this space, and then again 3 double crochets. And then following that, you will make another corner by repeating what you just did, and then you'll have your next side, then your last corner, and then you're going to repeat until you get to the end. So your last cluster should be 3 half double crochets. This is what your granny square should look like after row 4. Now you can move on to row 5, which is optional, but I highly recommend it. For row 5, I just do a whole row of half double crochets. And in the corners, what I'll do is I will place 1 half double crochet, then I will chain 2, then place another half double crochet within that same space. After row 5, your completed granny square should look something like this. So now after you've completed this one, you're going to make 12 more for a total of 13. And you're going to connect them, let's see. in this pattern, 2 on top, 3 in the middle with the side ones folding over, 2 down here and 1 down here with it folded under to the other side. And you can connect them any way that you want. I'll show you how I did really quickly. And the way that I did it kind of came or made a messier look, which I liked. Let's see how I'll show you. I don't have 2 granny squares on hand to show you how I did it, but if you were to have 2 sides like this, I just went through the ends and placed a slip stitch like so, going through both layers like so. I'll go through one layer, go through the next, yarn over, and pull through. And that's how I connected them. And for these straps, again, you can have as much creative freedom with this as you want. I just did a really long I-cord and kind of put them through this space that's created on the granny square. I'll show you really quickly how I make an I-cord. Let's zoom in. There we go. So you're going to make a slip knot and chain 3. There you go. Now you're going to insert your hook into the second chain, yarn over, and pull through. Now insert your hook again into the next chain, yarn over, and pull through. And here is where it gets a little tricky if you've never made an I-cord. You're going to take your yarn out of those 2 loops, hold on to them and make sure they don't fall off, yarn over, pull through the remaining loop on your hook. Now put on the second loop, yarn over, pull through that one, then insert that last loop again, yarn over, and pull through. Then it's just a repeat of that. Stretch out your loops, pull your hook out, yarn over, pull through, reinsert your hook into that second loop, yarn over, pull through, reinsert your hook into that last loop, and pull through. And then you're going to do that however many times to get as long of an I-cord as you want. And if this wasn't as good of a detailed explanation as you needed, I do have a video on how to make an I-cord on my channel. I'll link that in the description. But your completed project should look something like this. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.